All right, my friends, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I want to tell you something that some people don't want to understand and some people don't want to get, and it is what it is. But I tell you what, after spending so many years in the Marines, many deployments, I came to the conclusion that some military people are idiots. There are many idiots in the military, and I'm going to show you an example right here. People are flipping out about this girl, 2.4 million views. She's talking about pointing weapon, our civilians doing martial law and all this. And again, remember this. When people flipped out in the comments, there are so many military people out there that are just idiots. And again, I know we don't like to say this. I know we don't like to talk about this because we support the troops. I retired from the Marines. My son is in the Marines. I love the troops. Serving in the United States Marine Corps was the biggest or one of my top 3 honors that I ever done in my life. I love it. But I tell you what, I understand there are idiots. And, I'm going to give you an example right here. And I'm kind of like not understanding this because I tell you what, I don't know where this changed, but I'm pretty sure that we are not supposed to wear uniforms, or at least when I was in the military, you couldn't go to places with your uniforms that, were political incline and things like that, right? So like it was a parade. It doesn't matter what parade it was, right? You couldn't wear your blues and go to that parade. It doesn't matter if it was in the left and the right, it doesn't matter, right? The military had a strict laws or policies when it came to that, but wow. Every military member now I see that is here in TikTok, right? You got girls dressed in uniforms trying to get ready, doing live streams. You got guys talking about this and that. And again, it's pretty interesting. And let me take a step back. If you want to give advice about joining the Marine Corps and how is the life in the Marine Corps and things like that, obviously go for it. But some of these topics are essentially confrontational and very sensitive. Like this girl is talking about pointing a weapon to people's faces, right? And let's go ahead and listen to this.
And that if active duty military actually get deployed within the United States, that weapon is not just pointed at other people, other countries. It's pointed at you. If you do not get in your house when I tell you to, you become the enemy. Martial law. Understand that.
So you become the enemy. So you have a soldier right here saying that when let's go ahead and listen to it again because this is too much.
Understand that if active duty military actually get deployed within the United States, that weapon is not just pointed at other people, other countries. It's pointed at you.
So no longer we're pointing the weapon. If military active duty gets, deploying the country, we're not pointing the weapon at other people, at the enemy, across the sea. We're pointing that weapon at you, civilians.
If you do not get in your house when I tell you to, you become the enemy. Martial law.
If you don't come in the house when I tell you to, you become the enemy. So I'm going to tell you this because, like I say, this is a very confrontational, sensitive kind of topic. People talk about this. And again, I'm really surprised that the military is allowing these people to say this. Really, to allowing these people to come here on social media wearing an army uniform and say that. And by the way, you see her rank right there. She's an E6 in the army, right? Staff sergeant. So again, she's not new. She's been around for quite a while, and, she knows that she shouldn't be saying these things. And again, first of all, let's look at her. All right, you guys took a look at her? Come on, girl. You probably don't even know how to use a rifle. Doesn't look like you the kind of person that is using a rifle to defend our country. I'm sure you could use a keyboard and send a couple emails and things like that. But, if you point a rifle on me, I don't know. I don't want to laugh. I don't want to be mean. But it just doesn't look like you use a rifle for a living. It looks like you probably, check a roster. Or, make sure you send an email. Or maybe you get the mail for the colonel. Or maybe you the line NCO, staff NCO that checked that the trucks are in line. It doesn't look like you use a rifle for a living. But I don't want to be mean. Let's put it to the side. But I want to say this when it comes down to this. First of all, like I say, I'm surprised that the army is not knocking down into these people. Talking about things like this is very confrontational. It scares the civilians because, as you can see, there are civilians watching these videos that don't know, and they actually get scared about this, right? So I'm surprised they're not doing that. Maybe they are. Maybe something's going to happen to her. And the most important thing that I want to say is that the military does not share this opinion. I'll tell you what, the military does not share this opinion. I know a lot of veterans. I hang around with veterans. I am a veteran. I was active duty for over 11 years. I deployed it in combat. I saw many of my friends. I talked to a lot of my friends. I saw people in the other side, Army as well, Marines. I met people in the Air Force. I met tons of people in the Navy because they hang around with us. And I tell you this right now, our military does not share that opinion that this girl has. And again, it has been, almost 10 years. Yeah, it has been 10 years since I got out, coming out. So maybe I'm missing something. But if you're in the military currently, I'm sure that you don't share this opinion that this girl has. Because you know what? People join the service to serve our country. People don't join the service to point weapons at civilians in the United States. If somebody needs to take care of civilians in the United States, we have the police, we have the sheriff's department, we have the FBI, we have, U.S. Marshals, we have all these people. People join the service to defend our country against international threats in many cases, or defend our country if a threat comes into the United States. So I'll tell you what, we don't share this. I know veterans don't. I know military people don't. We don't share this, but there are a few out there. There are a few out there that I like to call the idiots in the military that are so woke that share this belief. And you know what? Here is one of them. So again, let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, gotta stay in control.